no real ownership of anything, you'll be left with nothing at all. Nothing. And when you're left with nothing, then you're controlled by everyone. Everyone who has something, you're controlled by them. So you're under complete control at all times. And you can't do anything about it because you have no ownership. You have nothing. So this whole thing about you'll own nothing and be happy, you're going to be a renter for the rest of your life, that is not any sort of freedom whatsoever. That's the exact opposite. But they don't put it that way. I mean, people, teachers, politicians, they don't put it that way. They don't be that straightforward with you because that's the plan. You want the few to have everything and have the many to have really nothing. You have to answer to and be controlled by the very few. So I'm just going to do an example of this and read out some stuff to try to make this more real because these are real history events. 1923 Germany. Highest monthly inflation was 29,500%. Prices doubled every 3.7 days. Greece, 1944. Was highest monthly inflation for them was 13,800%. Prices there doubled every 4.3 days. And the fifth worst inflation of all history of all time so far. Yugoslavia, 1992 to 1994. Highest monthly inflation was 313 million%. Prices doubled every 1.4 days. Yugoslavia, 1944. Monthly inflation rates reached a height of 313,000%. Actually, excuse me, that's 313 million%. With prices doubling every 1.4 days. Every 1.41 days. To avoid starvation, many Yugoslavians would wait in long lines for food and anything else that you need to survive. We have Germany, 1923. I'll come back to that because highest monthly inflation was 29,500%. Prices doubled every 3.7 days. Also, that was the highest that they had in that area, that time. And it's something that people look back to all the time. The Weimar Republic or Weimar Republic. But that wasn't it. That was just I guess, a speck of dust in the history of how this has gone with this fiat currency stuff. We got Zimbabwe, 2006 to November 2008. Highest monthly inflation was, I'm going to look, we got hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, 79 billion, 600 million%. And prices doubled every 15.6 hours. Hungary, 1946, highest monthly inflation was, do it again, hundreds, thousands, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. So it's 13 quadrillion, 600 trillion%. Prices double every 15.6 hours. Argentina, 1975, Argentina's inflation rate increased by an average of more than 300% per year until 1991. So that's 75 to 91. Average price increased every year on average 300% per year. For that whole long, that's 75 all the way to 85. There's 10 years and 6 more years on top of that because this is 91. And they're going to 1992, 1993, right around there. It's all the same. It's 300% every year. The prices increased. So we got Iran of 2022. As of May 2022, inflation was impacting food and beverage prices at a rate of over 80%. That's 80%. We got United States, 1917. Highest inflation rate ever recorded in the United States was 20.49% in 1917. The country went to war and had to finance the effort by printing more money. So that's their solution. Who's they? Every government, every politician. Well, we need to get this, we need to get that. We want to give you more. We want to make you think we care about you. So we're going to print more money, or more digits, whatever it is. And really, the essence of that is we're going to make what you're holding, what you have, worth so much less as we steal from you, yourself, your future generations, and generations of those generations. That's what it is. Yemen, 2021, 2022. The rate in 2022 stands at an approximate 19%. As of 2021, inflation was at 63.77%. 63.77%. And we had 2013, Venezuela. Venezuela's financial problem started in 2013 as a result of government overspending and overprinting of its currency. Imagine that. In 2014, inflation hit nearly 69% with food and beverages taking the largest increase in price. As a result, inflation caused prices to double every 2 weeks. So the stuff that they're looking at in Venezuela that was the most affected were the things that we don't have in our CPI, the Consumer Price Index. They don't count. They don't count food. They don't count gas. They don't count anything really that you need to live. They don't count energy. I mean, they count nothing. And they say, well, inflation's only so-and-so, or inflation's only 2%. Inflation's at only 9%, which in actuality, it's at least double that, if not more. So I'm just saying these because all these times, all these different places, they're all fiat currency. That's what it is. And the people who don't own real things, don't have real things, they're the ones that suffer the most. They're the ones that lose, famine, death at times too, and they're the ones that struggle. And they're the ones, their families, their legacies, whatever they have, gets in the future generations just gets crushed more and more. The more this goes on, because they own nothing, and that's how the people that own everything are able to control them and take any little sediment they have away, whether that be a physical item or freedom. That's what it is. They can take it all away because they control all. And they need you to survive. They need them to survive. So I'm just why you think about this. They didn't have real wealth. So what is real wealth? My opinion is land, gold, silver, water, access, maybe a pond, some sort of river, some sort of ravine. Maybe you have a well, that kind of stuff. Food systems in place. They don't garden. They don't know how to garden. They don't even have potted plants for food, vegetation in their apartments or wherever they are. They have nothing like that. Nothing of the sort. They're not collecting rainwater or anything like that. And then how about they didn't have access. They didn't have access, or they didn't have the ability, or they didn't have the know-how to hunt. They didn't have the tools to hunt. They didn't have many survival skills. They didn't have real ownership of most things, like I said. And like I'll say it again, if you don't have ownership of almost everything in your life, that means you have really freedom for nothing, because you're controlled, because you need someone else, something else to allow you to survive and get by. But that's all I got to say on that. I'll show you a few things here. Like I talked about, real wealth. Real wealth. This here I think is essential. This is a firearm. This is real wealth. This is real wealth. And what it shoots out, ammunition, those are real wealth. You can use this for protection. You can use this to hunt. You can use this for so many things. And the value of it does not degrade and does not go away like the currency does. The fiat currency in any country. And then these here, these are real wealth. These. Roughly, one of these will cost you, to buy one of these, 1 ounce silver rounds, would roughly cost you probably 30 or maybe $32 bills, American dollar bills, Federal Reserve notes. 30 to 32 of these would cost. It wasn't like that, 40 years ago, not even close. Maybe 50 years ago. And so there's these too. These are just fractional. This is just a quarter ounce gold. Quarter ounce gold. That's all it is. And this, where the gold price is at, probably going to cost, it's going to take you at least $550, $600 to buy one of these. So you're going to, in order to get one of these, you have to give me 550 or 600 of your Federal Reserve notes to purchase one of these. So you have to sell that crappy fiat currency, get rid of it. You have to sell it to somebody to acquire this. and it's becoming costing more and more, just like everything else. All the gas, all the food, everything else that you need, all the energy, heating, that kind of stuff, air conditioning, all of it's gone up, but it's really not gone up. The value of the dollar has gone down. And the value of this has not gone down. The value of this really has not gone down. Not even comparison to the fiat currency, the toilet paper, crap that we call money in America and every other country. But I'm just saying this. I know I've said this over and over, but it's that essential, that important, because once it's here, and if you're not with it, you're not prepared, there's no going back. There's no undo. There's no redo. There's no, let me go back in time. Let me fix this. Let me do it now because it's here for real now. No, that's gone. The time's gone. The time to be doing that was not 10 years ago, 2 years ago, 2 months ago. Right now. That's the time to be doing it while you still have time. I get nothing from this. But a whole bunch of people, the elites, the people in power, the people who want to accumulate everything, they get a whole bunch from this. They get a whole bunch from this. Because that means they can control the people, take away their freedom, and then they have rights to everything. Is it illegal and lawful and constitutional rights? Well, maybe. But they're the ones that control the guns and the service. But anyways, that's all I have to say. As always, thank you for watching. If you like this, like, share, subscribe. And stay vigilant, protect yourself, and get help.